Hello everybody, I'm having a late afternoon ride today. Going to look for a temple or two. It's about just after 5 in the afternoon. A few spots of rain, but I just thought I'd show you this lovely sign consisting of an exclamation mark. I do like a road sign that honours punctuation, so I think it should be celebrated. Can you hear that chanting? This place has some lovely buildings. There's loudspeakers, that's why it sounds like the monk's voice is kind of bouncing around the place. Because it's being broadcast across the whole campus here. I had thought for some reason that this was one of the places where some of the genocide occurred, and just show you. So apparently there were about 20,000 sites across Cambodia that were places of the genocide, but you can see in the cabinet behind this seated Buddha here, there's a whole stack of skulls, and they would have been reclaimed from one of the fields that was used during the genocide. There's another pan around. Oh my god. My nemesis! Temple dogs. Where's Jeremy's dog stick when you need it? Oh. Don't even think about it. Do not. Do not. I'll come after you. Think I won't? Yeah, you go. Go away. Oh yes, now those three want to get in on the action too. You never shut up, do you? Never shut up. Alright. Your friend was huge. Alright. Well, I'm back. Trying another round of pagoda visiting. This time, hopefully, I won't run into any dogs because it's not the witching hour. Although there is a specimen over there in the distance that I can see. So far, he's not aware of my presence or not making any moves towards biting me. Anyway, I'm here to look at the paintings inside this pagoda. I've been here before. You have too if you've watched some of the other videos. This is Kampot Pagoda, so the main one for Kampot town. And it has a good depiction of the Vasundhara story inside, which is what I wanted to show you. So we'll go and have a look at that, see what else we can find today. I wanted to tell you the story of Vasundhara today, but this pagoda that I've come to doesn't have each part of the story depicted in the paintings. It's missing a few of the key elements of the story, but I'll show you what's here anyway. So that's Vasundhara's father. I think that's at the point when he got married. So that's him, that symbolises him giving the beautiful woman to his son as his wife. This one shows the men from the area that was having a drought asking for the water-giving elephant from Vasundhara. And the water that he's pouring out of that teapot thing symbolises the fact that he's about to hand over the elephant. Oh, it's a bit bright with that window. Let me see if I can just close that. That's better. Okay, so this is a depiction of Vasundhara, his wife, and their 2 children after he gave away the elephant and the chariot. And I think you can see in the background on the left there, the chariot, there's some guys taking that away into the distance, I think. So this shows them entering the forest on foot because they've given away the elephant and the chariot at this stage. Then we've got the ugly dude and his wife that used to have to go down to the well to collect water, and she was unhappy about that because she used to get a lot of ridicule from the other women because her husband is so old and ugly. And she was really upset and said that she wasn't going to go down to the well any longer. And he needed to find her some slaves to do that work for her so she didn't have to put up with the ridicule. She put her foot down, she did. So he heard about Vasundhara, and he heard that this guy had a wife and 2 kids and he was living in the forest. So he went into the forest to try and find him, and he was telling stories to all the people that knew where Vasundhara was to try and get them to reveal the secret of his location, which eventually they did. And that's what you can see happening in this one. This guy is supposed to be guarding Vasundhara, but he's pointing in the direction where this guy can find him because he's been tricked. So this guy tricked the guards into letting on where Vasundhara was. And here we have the old ugly guy has finally found Vasundhara. Again, he's got the teapot and is about to pour the water, which symbolises the charity, the giving. And you can see behind his back is the 2 children. See there? And they're a bit unhappy and a bit scared because they probably realise they're about to be handed over to this guy as slaves. And then, let me shut this door a little bit as well. And then in this one we have the depiction of Vasundhara's wife when she's been out gathering food in the forest, and you can see she's put down her baskets of food on either side of her, and she can't get past, she can't get home because these 3 cats, so a lion, a tiger and a leopard, I think it's supposed to be, are blocking her way. And they're gods that have transferred themselves into that form to stop her because they know that she'll be really upset and she won't allow the man to take her children away. So they're kind of stopping her from getting back, stopping her from protecting her children from the fate of going with the old guy to be his slave. All right, I'm just outside the temple now. And I realise that this picture is like the last scene of the Vasundhara story out here on the external wall. So you can see in the big seat in the middle of the picture, there's Vasundhara, his wife, and the 2 kids happily reinstated back in the palace, and the 2 there pouring water over them, symbolising the charity that Vasundhara has demonstrated, and people heralding their return. So there it is, the final picture on the outside. So this temple does have a fairly strong connection to that story, and it is one of the more common ones, one of the more important ones, I think. So you'll see it a lot in temples around the place. Back in the centre of Kampot now. Such beautiful old buildings in here. It really is like reminiscent of Penang and places like that. Need to do a bit more of an in-depth walk around of this area just to show you the beautiful architecture. Some of it's been done up, but a lot of it's still kind of crumbling and in a state of disrepair. I wonder what they're like inside those kind of buildings. But anyway, yes, something I will do at a future time. How much do you love little back alleys like that? So good for a poke around, explore. So much fun. So I'm here on the main street. This is the street that runs from the river straight down from the fish market. Lots of bars and things up that end. There's these little white tents where there's little cafes and shops and things, restaurants. But yeah, along here is this lady that sells fruit and veg. and usually you can walk right inside, but she's got a barrier up because of COVID at the moment. She's got a shield and a mask. She just gives you the basket and you put whatever you want in there. So it's like a contactless purchase, I guess. So I got 3 tomatoes and 2 cucumbers, and that cost $2,500, so a little over 50 cents for that. She's got a good array of stuff, and it's just easy because you can pull up right outside on the road. You don't have to park and walk in like you do at the big market. It's just heaps more convenient, and a lot of local people pull up here and do the same thing. There's a lady next to her, and she's more, seems to have more variety in the fruit kind of section. Yeah, it just depends. We go to whichever, doesn't matter. Yeah, both great. Very easy, good little service. Okay, I've just come up the street about 100 metres, I guess, and this corner here is probably worth showing you because it's got a place called Darwin Mini Mart and Grocery Store. It's a good little shop, good range of stuff, good prices, and a bit further up from that is the old branch of Daily Meat, and there's a new branch that's just down that road, which is actually much nicer, but there you go. Busy old Sunday here in Kampot Central. Well, that's the end of today's Explore. I'm really interested to know whether you enjoy looking around the temples. It's something that I really like doing, but I know that it's not for everyone. If you made it to the end, thanks so much for watching. Please have a look at the links in our description. There's links to other channels that we follow, other people that are making content about Cambodia, lots of other stuff that we find interesting, links to our social media. So have a look down there, check it out, and we'll see you soon for the next edition of the News Moto. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye.